All right, hey everybody, welcome to today's video. So today what I want to go through is something that's really holding entrepreneurs back, especially in the ecom world where there's so much advice, so much information, access to so many videos, tutorials, resources that really overstimulates and confuses most people. I've experienced this before, but when we started our business, way back when, there was probably less of this information available, less people talking really loudly, trying to sell you the next kind of hot trend. And so something that I've observed in the industry and people that we speak with and clients that we work with is this thing is a real problem in the industry and really getting in the way of you succeeding and getting what you want. And so this thing is essentially shiny object syndrome. So most people will know what this is, but basically it's a term used when somebody is jumping on from one trend to the next, basically as the market dictates, what that next new hot thing is, whether it's, a plug into the website, whether it's a new social media source, whether it's a crazy new tip from some guru that, it's worked before and, it's going to work for you. But the point being is that they keep jumping from one thing to the next. And so what happens is in somebody's business, especially when it's just one or two people, if you're constantly looking for that new thing, constantly looking for that silver bullet that's going to increase your sales or grow your business or save your business, then there's some things in there that's not going to help you whatsoever. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel good that you're trying something new and trying to move forward, but it's actually a real problem because it's actually hindering you from getting the one thing that you actually want to get, which is growth and more sales. And so why this is a problem mostly is because people don't give their one thing, their actual current strategy or method, an actual chance, right? So they might try something for a week or 2 weeks or 30 days or even 60 days and just conclude that something doesn't work. Oh, I've done that, on to the next. Oh, I've done that, on to the next. When really not even enough time or data is actually built up to make that conclusion. So that's kind of the real point there, is that they're acting on emotions versus actual data and market feedback to make conclusions. I've known of some people in the industry to go into, say, a Facebook ads campaign spending, call it $50,000 a day, and get to day 10 and look at the numbers and say, okay, we're not profitable. But with the intent of saying we've committed to it for 30 days to get that amount of data, and only then will we make an actual proper conclusion, because then we've tested it, we've tried it, and then we can either pursue it because it came back around, or it actually, we can park that. We can move on to the next strategy of what we were hypothesizing. But the point was that they had the conscious thought process to allow it to perform and to give it the chance that it actually deserved before they made an emotional decision and panicked about it, basically. So this is something that you can take into your decision-making process and your, let's call it, marketing efforts for the sake of what's going to drive sales and revenue, but also other areas of your business, to understand that it's not always the next new thing. It's not always the next hot thing that is going to drive sales and success for your business. So just be really careful when someone's, plugging this or selling this or getting you onto this new idea. And I can say this from experience, basically, most recently is that I've probably been getting, 5 or 6 emails and messages a day around TikTok ads, pushing our business to try it. And we basically figured it out for ourselves when we tried it. Put in probably, 10 grand and this, for 30 days, and it didn't actually work for our business at this point in time. Now, that's not to conclude it doesn't work, but the point being is that if we had have gone and, jumped on an agency or somebody else does it for us, then we're going to spend a lot more in budget, a lot more in fees on these false promises that haven't yet been proven. And so we really prefer to start slow, work first, and wait till we've actually completed one of our current strategies to, as I say, either enhance it, to scale it, or to actually park it for another time, and then we move on to another strategy. And so we've done this several times throughout our journey, and it's paid dividends because it really gives you the definitive data to conclude what is working, what is not, what to do more of, what to do less of. And this is something that's really, really important that people just aren't getting at the moment because of the availability and because of the platforms that are currently operating in our industry. So my recommendation is this: you stick to one thing, one platform, one strategy for a decent amount, enough of time at least, enough time to conclude whether it's a winner or a loser. All right. You can obviously have tricks up your sleeve and hypothesize other things in the meantime, but when you commit to something, commit to it fully. Don't spread yourself too thin until it's been proven or otherwise. So, a lot of people kind of say that really to make $1 million, to make 7 figures, you really only need one product, one customer, one platform. And we can attest to that. So whatever platform or strategy you're actually using, specifically in your marketing, have that in mind. There's enough market, there's enough people within these platforms to have that kind of success. And so don't think that by fishing in another pond that it's actually going to be more fruitful. The grass is greener on the side that you water it, so to speak. So work on that, work on committing first and foremost to a particular strategy and getting the data that's necessary to get the feedback. And then make decisions, make informed decisions, not emotional decisions. So with that, I hope that helps. I hope that kind of helps you put things in perspective, relaxes you a little bit in terms of what strategies you're actually using and not getting anxiety around getting on the next trend because everybody else is doing it. Find out what's working, and you should have such a business model that is able to produce $1 million from one product, one customer, one platform. Have that in mind. That is possible. We've seen it all over the place. And I think you can definitely adopt that to your business as well if you're really committed to it. So hope that helps. Any questions, let me know. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.